Jim Benning. Probably the main reason why the Canucks are so, let's just put it nicely, underperforming. Back in 2014, when Jim Benning signed with the Canucks, Trevor Linden quoted, "Jim Benning brings a wealth of hockey experience as a builder and talent evaluator that will benefit this team for years to come." I don't know if you've checked the records in the past 7 years, but I don't think he's brought much wealth. When Jim Benning first came to the Canucks, he did some pretty good moves, like removing Jason Garrison's $4.6 million cap hit, trading Ryan Kessler away for Lucas Spiza, Nick Bonino, a first-round pick and a third-round pick, acquiring Derek Dorsett, Lyndon Vey, and a bunch of other random people that haven't done much in the NHL. Let's move on to the draft. Jim Benning has been pretty good at drafting, and in his first year of drafting, he had 2 first-round picks, which he drafted Jake Virtanen 6th overall and Jared McCann 24th overall. Not every GM is perfect at drafting, but he did miss out on better players, like William Nylander 8th overall, Nikolai Ehlers 9th overall, Jacob Vrana 13th overall. Like, the 2014 draft was stacked. Not every team picked the best player, but Jake Virtanen and Jared McCann are pretty solid NHLers right now. In the second round, Jim Benning picked up Thatcher Demko, and I believe Thatcher Demko was a great pickup, and this is like one of the only good things that Jim Benning has done as the general manager of the Canucks. Another notable person that he picked up was in the third round, 66th overall, Nikita Triumkin. Now, he only played 1 season, but the 6'8" defenseman is likely going to come back, as there's been many rumors that he wants to come back to the city of Vancouver. Jim Benning didn't really sign that many contracts back in 2014. The main one, though, was Ryan Miller at $6 million for 3 years. That was definitely the biggest one. He also signed Radim Verbata, $5 million for 2 years, re-signed Zach Kassian, Chris Tanev, and gave entry-level contracts to Jake Virtanen, Jared McCann, and the rest are AHL people that didn't really play games for the Canucks. Moving on to 2015 trades, this is going to be a very short section, but the only interesting trade that Jim Benning did in that 2015 campaign was trade Nick Bonino, Adam Clendenning, a 2016 second for Brandon Sutter. Now, why is this significant? Because Jim Benning sucks at signing. This is one piece of the puzzle as to why the Canucks continue to suck. It only got worse from here. 2015, yeah, we made the playoffs, but we lost in the first round. Dang! We didn't make the playoffs after that for another 3 years. And don't get me started on 2016. You might think to yourself, wow, the Canucks are actually trending upwards. They made the playoffs. No. 2016, 75 points, 31 wins, 38 losses. With our 5th overall pick, Jim Benning drafts Olli Juolevi. Olli Juolevi. The guy's played like 5 NHL games. Yes, he might be playing good now, but why Olli Juolevi? Canucks could have picked up Clayton Keller, Mikhail Sergachev, Charlie McAvoy, Alex DeBrincat, bro, Carter Hart. Oh, okay. And you thought I was done? You thought I was done. After only drafting 1 good player the whole 2016 draft, Jim Benning decides he wants to make a big free agent signing after the draft. 6-year, $6 million annual average salary contract to, drumroll please, Louis Eriksson. Now, this would be fine if Louis Eriksson could actually score. Most Canucks fans know how depressing Jim Benning has been, how useless and how garbage he is at being a general manager. Never mind drafting. Anyone can draft a good player. Jim Benning, you need to not sign players to such long contracts that only had 1 good season. The main problem isn't the money, it's the length. Jim Benning signs these big contracts for 5-6 years. These guys that Jim Benning signs, they have 1 good year for their team before they get signed to Vancouver. And by signing these such big contracts, it prohibits the amount of space that Jim Benning can use to sign actual good players. This really limited our progression. As you can see in 2018-19, We had a bit of a good year, but that's mainly because Pedersen carried us. 2019-20, we made the playoffs. You know, cheeky. We made it to the second round. We beat St. Louis. But 2019-20, coronavirus happened. So you can't really, This year's been fun. Currently, we are fighting for a playoff spot, but very, very slim chance that we get that playoff spot. All I'm gonna say is, if Jim Benning had enough time, maybe we would have won the Stanley Cup by now.
Look at the puck. Whoa! Look out! No! Louis Eriksson has put it into his own net.